The desert is a land of extremes. It looks empty to many people. They see only sand and rock. But this view is not complete. The desert holds a surprising amount of life. Plants and animals live there. They have special ways to survive. Learning about desert survival is vital. It can mean the difference between life and death. Many people find deserts fascinating. They are drawn to the open spaces. They seek solitude away from cities. The landscapes are stark and beautiful. Adventure calls to them in these arid lands. Off-road driving is popular. Hiking through canyons is too. Photography captures the unique light, but the desert does not forgive mistakes easily. You must be prepared for its challenges. Understanding these facts is the first step. The biggest threat in most deserts is the heat. It is constant during the day. The sun feels like a furnace in the sky. Temperatures can soar to dangerous levels. We are talking about over 120 degrees Fahrenheit. This extreme heat puts immense stress on your body. It can quickly overwhelm the unprepared. You must understand how to deal with it. Your body works hard to stay cool. Sweating is its main cooling method, but in the desert, sweat evaporates very quickly. This is because the air is so dry. You might not even realize how much water you are losing. This rapid fluid loss leads to dehydration. Dehydration is a serious medical emergency. It can happen faster than you think. Your brain needs water to function properly. Your organs do too. Respecting the sun's power is essential. It dictates life in the desert. Many people work in desert environments. The oil and gas industry has many desert operations. Mining companies extract resources from arid lands. Scientists conduct research in these unique ecosystems. Military personnel train and operate in deserts. For all these professions, safety is paramount. Understanding heat survival is part of the job. It protects workers from illness and injury. Their employers depend on their well-being. Leisure activities also draw millions to deserts. People love hiking in desert parks. They enjoy camping under starry desert skies. Off-road vehicle enthusiasts explore remote trails. Photographers seek the perfect desert shot. Bird watchers look for rare desert species. These activities are enjoyable and rewarding, but they all come with risks. The desert does not care if you are working or playing. It demands respect from everyone. Preparedness is not optional. Indigenous peoples were the first desert survival experts. They did not just visit deserts, they lived there. For thousands of years they thrived in these harsh lands. Their knowledge was not written in books, it was etched into their daily lives and traditions. They understood the desert's subtle language, reading its signs. This understanding was passed from elders to children through stories and practice. It was a legacy of survival, hard-won and incredibly precious. Their ancient wisdom still holds many valuable lessons for us today. They observed every minute detail around them. The predictable movement of stars across the night sky told them about upcoming seasons. The subtle behavior of desert animals often hinted at imminent weather changes. They knew precisely which plants were safe to eat or use for medicine. They also knew which ones held hidden, life-sustaining water. This intimacy with nature was not a romantic notion. It was a stark, practical necessity for staying alive in an unforgiving world. Their senses were keenly and constantly attuned to the desert's vital pulse. Observation was an absolute cornerstone of their survival strategy. They learned to read animal tracks as if they were a detailed map. These faint trails often led them to scarce, hidden water sources. For ancient desert cultures, water was far more than a simple resource. It was sacred, a revered gift from the earth. It was the very essence of life itself in arid lands. Their entire existence, every aspect of their culture, revolved around finding and conserving it. The constant search for water dictated their nomadic movements across the land. It shaped the locations of their settlements and their daily routines. They knew with absolute certainty that without water, life in the desert was impossible. This profound respect for water was central to their survival philosophy. Their myths, legends, and stories often centered on powerful water spirits or deities. Finding water required incredible skill, patience, and accumulated knowledge. Ancient people followed subtle clues embedded in the landscape. They watched for converging animal trails, knowing that all animals need water. Certain types of specific vegetation often signaled the presence of underground moisture. Small green patches in an otherwise barren, dry area were always promising signs. They would painstakingly dig in dry riverbeds or at the base of cliffs. These excavations, known as seeps or wells, could yield life-saving water. They understood the land's hidden hydrology, a skill honed over countless generations of careful observation. Once found, precious water had to be collected and stored with utmost care. Porous clay pots were commonly used for storage. These pots also helped to cool the water through the process of evaporation. Shelter in the desert meant significantly more than just a roof overhead. It was a critical, life-saving defense against the brutal, unyielding sun. It also provided essential protection from biting, sand-laden winds, and importantly, it offered warmth during the surprisingly cold desert nights. Ancient peoples were true masters of creating effective, climate-appropriate shelters. They skillfully used whatever materials the local environment provided them. Their ingenuity transformed harsh, seemingly barren landscapes into livable spaces. These shelters were often remarkably simple in design but highly functional for their needs. They were perfectly adapted to the local conditions. Natural formations were often the first and most obvious choice for shelter. Caves and substantial rock overhangs offered ready-made protection from the elements. These spots naturally stayed cooler during the intense heat of the day. They also tended to retain some warmth when the temperatures plummeted at night. Where such natural shelters were scarce, people built their own. Structures were commonly made from readily available rocks, sun-dried mud, or packed earth. Sometimes desert brush and sturdy branches were used to form simple lean-tos or small huts. Some cultures even dug semi-subterranean pit houses, using the earth for natural insulation. Clothing was another vital shield against the harsh desert elements. The primary goal of their attire was not fashion but pure, practical survival. Ancient desert dwellers typically wore loose-fitting garments made from natural fibers. Desert temperatures are extreme. They swing wildly. Days are scorching hot. Nights can turn very cold. Daytime highs often pass 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Some deserts see 130 degrees Fahrenheit. This heat is a constant enemy. When the sun sets, heat escapes fast. Temperatures can drop by 30 degrees Fahrenheit or more. This huge range stresses your body. It demands your utmost respect. The sun's direct rays are powerful. Cloud cover is often minimal in deserts. Solar energy hits you hard. It bakes everything around you. Rocks and sand absorb this energy. They become incredibly hot to the touch. This radiant heat cooks you from all directions. It is not just the air temperature you feel. Shelter from the sun is absolutely vital. Dehydration means your body loses too much water. This happens very fast in the desert environment. Hard work in high heat causes massive sweat loss. You can easily lose liters of essential water per hour. Early signs of dehydration are often quite small. Thirst is a common and obvious one. Your mouth might feel unusually dry. Your urine may turn a darker color. You might feel a bit dizzy. Headaches can also start to develop. These are your body's important warnings. Do not ignore them under any circumstances. If dehydration gets worse, so do the symptoms. Your thirst will become very strong and persistent. You will urinate much less, or perhaps not at all. Extreme tiredness will certainly set in. Painful muscle cramps are also common. Dizziness will increase significantly in its intensity. You might feel confused or become uncharacteristically angry. Your brain needs adequate water to function correctly. Section 3. Beyond the heat, wildlife and environmental threats. The desert is full of diverse wildlife. It is certainly not an empty place. Many different animals live there successfully. They are remarkably adapted to the tough conditions. However, some of these animals can be dangerous. Venomous creatures are a big worry for desert travelers. Most desert animals actually want to avoid people. Encounters usually happen if they are surprised, or if they feel cornered and trapped. Know their typical habits. Always be aware of your immediate surroundings. This knowledge can prevent a bad interaction. Snakes are a well-known desert hazard. Rattlesnakes are particularly common in North American deserts. They like to bask in the warm sun. They also frequently hide under rocks, or they might hide in deep cracks and crevices. Always watch carefully where you step. Watch very closely where you put your hands. Scorpions are also found in many desert regions. Many species have a painful, venomous sting. They are mainly active during the night. They might seek shelter in your shoes, or in camping gear left on the ground. Some spiders can also deliver dangerous bites. Be cautious. Flash floods are another serious desert risk. People often underestimate their sudden danger. Big localized thunderstorms can drop lots of rain. This often happens in a very short time. The dry, hard-packed ground cannot absorb it all quickly. Water then rushes rapidly through canyons and washes. A seemingly dry riverbed can turn into a raging river. This transformation can happen in mere minutes. Never camp in a dry wash, no matter how clear. Even if the sky looks completely clear above you, watch for distant storms on the horizon. Always have an escape plan to higher ground. Getting lost is very easy in the vast desert. The landscape can look the same for many miles. There may be few distinctive landmarks to guide you. Distances can be incredibly deceptive out in the open. This makes accurate navigation quite tricky. If you do get lost, you might start to panic. Panic makes other existing dangers much worse. Dangers like dehydration become more acute. Always carry a reliable map and compass, or you can use a modern GPS device. Most importantly, know how to use these tools effectively. Tell someone your detailed plans. Tell them when you expect to be back. This can save your life. Essential gear for desert ventures. Modern survival kits are your first line of defense. They help you face the desert's many challenges. Reliable water sources and adequate shelter are crucial. Modern tools are lighter and more effective. Clothing protects from the sun and regulates temperature. Bright clothing aids visibility for rescuers. Always carry more water than you think you'll need. Modern shelters offer excellent protection. Efficient shelter is non-negotiable for desert safety. Section 2. Advanced hydration beyond the canteen. Understanding your body's water needs is more advanced today. In extreme desert heat, you can lose water very rapidly. An active person might need to drink a gallon or about 4 liters or more each day. This amount can increase dramatically with heavy exertion or if temperatures soar to exceptionally high levels. Modern science clearly shows how dehydration impacts you. Even mild dehydration affects your physical performance significantly. It also impairs your cognitive function, making good decision-making harder. Staying properly hydrated is not just about quenching thirst. It is about maintaining your ability to survive effectively. Modern water filtration and purification systems are highly reliable. They offer peace of mind when using natural water sources. Pump filters can process large volumes of water quickly. Squeeze filters are lightweight and very easy to use. Ultraviolet light purifiers use light to neutralize harmful microorganisms. Chemical treatments like chlorine dioxide tablets are effective and have a long shelf life. Each system has its own advantages for different situations. Many experienced desert travelers carry a primary system and a backup. This redundancy ensures you can always produce safe drinking water. These tools greatly expand your operational range. Electrolyte replacement is a critical aspect of modern hydration. When you sweat heavily, you lose more than just water. You also lose essential minerals called electrolytes. These include sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Replacing these is vital for proper body function. Drinking only plain water during extreme sweating can be dangerous. It can lead to a condition called hyponatremia. This is a serious imbalance of sodium in your body. Modern sports drinks are formulated to replace lost electrolytes. You can also use electrolyte powders or tablets mixed with your water. This knowledge is a key part of modern desert survival. Effective water-carrying strategies have also improved with technology. Modern hydration packs feature internal water bladders. These usually have a convenient hose and bite valve. This allows you to sip water frequently without stopping. This constant, easy access encourages better hydration habits. Distributing the weight of water effectively is important too. Some packs are designed to carry several liters comfortably. Always plan for backup water containers in case your primary system fails. If you are on an extended trip, identify potential water resupply points. Thorough planning is crucial for managing your most vital resource. Modern clothing for desert defense. Modern fabrics revolutionize desert attire with ultraviolet protection factor ratings. Higher UPF means better skin protection. Moisture-wicking technology keeps you cool. Lightweight synthetics excel in hot conditions. Layering adapts to changing conditions. Loose, light-colored layers reflect sunlight. Full body protection is essential. Protect extremities with gloves and sunglasses. Choose moisture-wicking socks for your feet. These details ensure comfort and safety. Section 4. Navigating and communicating technology as your guide. GPS devices revolutionize desert navigation, offering accurate location tracking and route planning. Smartphones also have sophisticated GPS capabilities, but batteries can die and devices can fail. Always carry a paper map and compass as a backup. Satellite phones and personal locator beacons are vital in emergencies. Portable power solutions keep your devices operational. Drones can scout terrain and identify water sources. Modern LED headlamps are bright and efficient. These technologies enhance safety and comfort in the desert. Drink or die. The sacred rules of desert hydration. Water is your lifeblood in the desert. You cannot afford to neglect it. Your body screams for water when it is hot. You lose it rapidly through sweat. Even if you do not feel sweaty, you are losing water. The dry desert air evaporates it instantly. You must drink water proactively. Do not wait until you feel thirsty. Thirst is a late signal. It means you are already on your way to dehydration. Start drinking water as soon as you wake up. Keep drinking it steadily throughout the entire day. Aim for at least 1 liter of water per hour during activity in the heat. This amount might need to increase based on the temperature and your exertion level. So what should you be drinking out there? Plain, clean water is always your best bet. It is what your body truly needs to function. However, when you sweat a lot, you lose vital electrolytes. These are salts like sodium and potassium. Your muscles and nerves need them to work properly. You can replace these with electrolyte tablets or powders. Mix them into your water according to the instructions. Some sports drinks can help, but check their sugar content. Too much sugar can actually hinder hydration. Avoid drinks with caffeine like coffee or many sodas. Caffeine makes you urinate more, losing precious fluids. Alcohol is even worse. It dehydrates you fast. Stick to water and electrolytes. You need to become an expert at monitoring your own hydration level. Your body gives you clear signs if you pay attention. The easiest and most reliable sign is your urine. If you are well hydrated, your urine will be plentiful. It will also be very light yellow, almost clear like pale lemonade. If your urine turns dark yellow like apple juice, you are dehydrated. You need to drink more water immediately. Other signs of good hydration include moist mouth and regular urination. If your mouth feels dry or you stop peeing, you are in trouble. Pay close attention to these simple, vital signals. They are your internal water gauge. Always carry more water than you think you will need. This is a fundamental rule of desert survival. Your life depends on it. Use sturdy, reliable water containers. Having multiple smaller containers is often better than one large one. If one container breaks or leaks, you will not lose all your water. Plan your route to include known water sources if possible, but always assume these sources might be dry or unusable. Carry a good water filter or purification tablets. These will make natural water safe to drink. Never, ever ration your water unless it is an absolute last resort. Drinking too little water to save it will only speed up dehydration and impair your judgment. The desert sun is a relentless, powerful force. It beats down on you without mercy. Finding or creating shade is not a luxury. It is an absolute survival necessity. Shade drastically reduces the amount of direct solar radiation hitting your body. This means less heat absorbed. It can lower the effective temperature around you by many degrees. This simple act of getting out of the sun helps conserve your precious body water. You will sweat less in the shade. It also allows your body to cool down more effectively. Resting in shade helps you conserve vital energy. This energy might be needed later for travel or other survival tasks. Look for natural shade whenever possible. Nature often provides the best shelter if you know where to look. Large rock overhangs or shallow caves can offer excellent protection. The north side of large boulders or cliffs will often be shaded for part of the day. Dense clumps of vegetation, like a group of desert trees or large bushes, can provide decent shade. However, always be cautious when investigating natural shelters. Check for any signs of dangerous wildlife. Snakes, scorpions, or other creatures might also be seeking refuge from the sun in the same spot. Make some noise before entering a shady spot. Ensure the structure is stable and not at risk of collapse. If natural shade is scarce, you must create your own. This is where your gear comes into play. A simple tarp or a poncho can be a lifesaver. You can string it up between rocks or use walking sticks as poles. An emergency space blanket, with its reflective side facing upwards, can deflect a lot of solar heat. Even your vehicle, if you have one, provides significant shade. Improvise with whatever materials you have at hand. The key is to create a barrier between you and the direct sun. Ensure your improvised shelter has some ventilation. A completely enclosed space can become dangerously hot itself. You need airflow to help cool you down. Plan your daily activities around the sun's position. The desert has its own rhythm, and you must adapt to it. The hottest part of the day is typically from around 10 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. During these peak hours, you should minimize physical exertion. This is the time for your desert siesta. Find or make good shade and rest. Conserve your energy and your water. Do your traveling or any strenuous work during the cooler parts of the day. Early mornings are often pleasant. Late afternoons and early evenings, as the sun loses its intensity, are also better. Working with the desert, not against it, is crucial for your survival. Heat illnesses are a serious threat in the desert. They can sneak up on you quickly. These illnesses exist on a spectrum. They range from mild discomfort to a life-threatening emergency. Early recognition is key. Know the signs and symptoms. Take immediate action if you spot them. Do not try to tough it out. That is dangerous. Everyone is susceptible to heat illness. Fitness and experience do not matter. The desert heat can overwhelm anyone. Heat cramps are the first warning sign. They are painful muscle spasms, usually affecting the legs, arms, or abdomen, caused by loss of salt and moisture through sweating. Stop all activity immediately. Move to a cooler place. Gently stretch the affected muscles. Begin rehydrating by sipping water. Electrolyte drinks are even better. Do not resume strenuous activity for several hours. Give your body time to recover. Heat exhaustion is more serious. Your body is struggling to cope with the heat. Symptoms include heavy sweating and pale, clammy skin. You might feel extremely weak or fatigued. Dizziness, nausea, or a headache are common. Your pulse might be fast but weak. You might even faint. If these signs appear, you must act fast. Move the person to the coolest possible location. Loosen or remove any tight or unnecessary clothing. Apply cool, wet cloths or compresses to their skin. Have them sip cool water or an electrolyte drink slowly. They must rest. Monitor them very closely. Heat exhaustion can quickly progress to heat stroke if not treated properly. Heat stroke is the most severe form of heat illness. It is a life-threatening emergency. Your body's temperature regulation system has failed completely. The core body temperature rises to dangerous levels, often above 103 degrees Fahrenheit. A key sign can be hot, red skin that might be dry or surprisingly damp. The pulse is usually rapid and strong. The person will likely be very confused and disoriented. They may slur their speech, become agitated, or lose consciousness. Seizures can also occur. In some cases of heat stroke, especially exertional heat stroke, sweating might still be present. Immediate and aggressive cooling is vital. Call for emergency medical help without any delay. This condition can kill. The desert presents various injury risks. The terrain is rough and unforgiving. Cuts and scrapes from sharp rocks or plants are common. Blisters from hot, uneven ground are frequent. Twisting an ankle is a real possibility. A well-stocked first aid kit is essential. Tailor your kit to desert conditions. Include more than just adhesive bandages. Be prepared to handle common injuries. Treat minor wounds properly to prevent infections. The dry environment can lead to infections. Clean cuts with antiseptic wipes or water. Apply antibiotic ointment to prevent infection. Cover wounds with a sterile bandage. Change dressings regularly. Avoid popping blisters if possible. Clean and apply ointment to broken blisters. Cover with a blister dressing or bandage. For heat exhaustion, move to shade and cool down. Move them to a cool, shaded area. Lay them down and elevate their feet. Loosen or remove restrictive clothing. Apply cool, wet cloths to major blood vessels. These areas aid cooling. Encourage sipping cool water or electrolyte drinks. Avoid gulping to prevent nausea. Rest until fully recovered. Seek medical attention if symptoms worsen. Heat stroke is a life or death situation. Cool the person down rapidly. Call emergency services immediately. Move to the coolest spot available. Remove as much clothing as possible. Immerse in cool water if available. Douse with cool water if immersion isn't possible. Fan vigorously to increase cooling. Place ice packs on neck, armpits, and groin. Do not give drinks if unconscious. Avoid giving aspirin or acetaminophen. Fast cooling and professional care are crucial. This journey through desert survival has been long. Understanding the desert is the first step. Respecting its power is equally important. The desert is a harsh teacher. Its lessons are invaluable for your safety. Ancient wisdom combined with modern science. Always be prepared and vigilant. Preparedness is your lifeline in the desert. Pack the right gear and arm yourself with knowledge. Know the desert's dangers and your physical limits. Have a solid plan and tell someone your route. Stay alert and respect the desert's power. Conserve water and move carefully. Understand its rhythms and work with the environment. Your goal is to return safely. Stay safe out there.